Hi, Thumos. Welcome back, guys. Hope you're having an amazing day. So, yesterday I was at the gym, and I see this guy. He's like 600 pounds. Seriously, huge, humongous guy. And I'm looking at him, and I see him there all the time. And I see him, I see him getting into it. He's trying to be consistent. He's walking on the treadmill. He's taking the steps necessary to lose the weight to be healthy. And I saw him. I'm like, man, I never see anyone talking to this dude. No one ever says hi to this guy. He's just kind of there with his headphones in, minding his business. And I thought to myself, let me just go say hi to this guy. Part of me was like, no, focus on your workout. It's not, you leave him alone. He's got his headphones in. He's here to work out. Leave him alone. And then I started thinking to myself, I said, you talk all the time about being a strong man. You talk all the time about becoming the strongest version of yourself. What type of strong man cannot go up to a random individual and offer words of encouragement? I asked myself, you talk about all this, but you can't just drop your ego and stop worrying about the consequences and actually go up to this guy and offer some encouragement, maybe some help, maybe just get to know him. So I was like, all right, I walked up to him. I was like, he took out his hip and I was like, hey, man. I was like, my name's Eli. I see you here all the time. I just wanted to say hi. He's like, oh, what's up, man? He's like, they call me Diesel. And I just said, yeah, I see you here all the time. I see you be consistent. He's like, yeah, man, my doctor said I need to lose a lot of weight. I was like, well, where does he want you to be? He's like, around 200, middle 200. Mid 200s. I'm like, all right. And I was like, what are you doing now? Like, are you walking? He's like, yeah, I've just been walking a little bit, pumping weights. I'm like, listen, let me tell you, I've been there before too, man. Like, if you just hit the treadmill, start walking 30 minutes a day, be consistent, don't skip days. And you just say he's listening, he's nodding. Yes. Yeah. Like, okay, give me the sauce, give me the goods. I'm like, just listen, walk 30 minutes a day. Don't skip. All right. Don't even worry about too much of these weights. The most important thing is that you move your body more. He's nodding, he's understanding. I was like, when it comes to diet, he's like, man, I live here downtown. There's so much good food. I'm like, I know how it is, man. I know how it is. I was like, first, you just gotta don't keep junk food in the house. If I keep Oreos in the house, I'm gonna fail. So I don't keep it. If I have Uber Eats on my phone, I'm gonna use it. I'd never use Uber Eats, but I could. There's a lot of people that use that thing. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna start. And so, shook his hand and said, hey, if you ever want to talk, I'm here all the time. Come talk to me. So it was good, and I was thinking to myself, man, along our self-improvement journeys, I feel like a lot of us, we can get so caught up in this self-improvement that we start to lose our humanity. We start to lose this understanding that making other people's lives better is part of being strong. You're not a strong man if you can't encourage others. You're not a strong man if you can't lift other people up and share helpful, valuable advice. You're not a strong man if you can't give. And too many times what we do is we start looking at other people as objects. What can this person give me? And if they have nothing to give me, then I'm not going to take any time out of my day. I'm not going to listen to their stories. I'm not going to listen to what they have to say. I'm not going to give them any time because they cannot give to me. I see way too many guys like this. It's corruption. Who's making you like this? All right, what messages have you listened to? What music has gone into your life? What upbringing have you had where you've just disregarded the power of the other? That you've just totally neglected. You start seeing everyone as objects, something to gain. And if they have nothing to gain, none of your time. I see guys do this with women, and they're very weird with women. They're like stiff. They can't just flow. They can't just talk to girls because they always need something from them. They need a number. They need an Instagram. They need commitment. They need to have sex with them. They need something from them because they're objects to them. They're not another human being that they won't care to spend any time on and get to know. And the more that you do that, the more the world becomes your mirror. And you don't even like yourself, so you start looking at the world as like, oh, fuck everyone, I hate everyone. Everyone is just bitter. And no, it's because you're that way. Because you have decided to look at other people as objects things that you can gain from. So I'm telling you, there's too much talk of becoming the strongest version of yourself, but that doesn't mean that you just have giant biceps and a great physique and make a little money. If you can't be a person that can help other people, you are not strong. You are weak. If you can't be someone that can make other people feel welcome and comfortable, then you are weak. If you go into a room and you're always looking for someone to tell you what to do, if you're always, asking what's next, never providing options, you are weak. You're not strong. You're waiting. You're not a leader. You have no leadership skills. Okay? And I think that you should be aware of this because there's too much of this gain, and there's this lack of giving. And I'm telling you, the way that you gain is by giving. You give of yourself. And the more that you give, the more that comes back to you in every part of life. You can think about this in business. You can think about this in relationships. You can think about this in friendships. You can think about this in anything. But you have to give first. So stop being so stingy with yourself and with your energy, with your ability to listen to other people, with your ability to encourage and lift up other individuals. The last thing that I want to bring up here is that I truly believe that a lot of men these days, they lack basic manners. You are a dumbass without manners. Let's put it that plainly. You are a dumbass if you do not know how to show gratitude, and you will not get anywhere in life. Okay? The ability to say thank you, such a simple thing. The ability to have gratitude when someone does something for you and shares with you or gives you something, a simple thank you and acknowledgement of that gift. The amount of people I see not doing that, it blows my mind. Have you guys never had parents that said, hey, say thank you, say please, show gratitude? Here's the thing you can do with a girl when you take her on a date to see if she's good. If she doesn't say thank you to the waiter at least 3 times, all right, I expect more than that, but 3 times, get rid of her, eliminate her. Because that is someone that is too used to being spoiled and getting their way without having to show gratitude. Usually people will become very manipulative and know that's how they get their way. So they don't have to show gratitude because they make other people feel indebted to them by their psychological manipulation. And so if you're used to doing that, you'll catch yourself, it's simple as simply saying thank you, man. Say thank you. Have some gratitude in your life. Like, if you cannot do this, you're not going to make it. And I know a lot of guys that are not doing this, okay? And it's not a weak gesture. It's nothing like that. But you need to have basic manners, especially when you go into fields where there's elders, where there's people of influence, where there's people that have money. They see these uncultured swine, these gentlemen, and they just laugh at them because they just look like little children to them because they don't have manners. And this is just, you have to regain that humanity, man. Stop looking at people as objects, always something to gain. So many people, they'll just talk about themselves. They'll just keep talking about themselves. They'll never ask you anything. And then when you start speaking, you'll see them go on their phones. Someone else starts speaking, they'll just go on their phones. It's like, really? This is all about you? Just going on their phones, dude. Come on. You're never going to make it like this. These are basic social skills, mannerisms that you have to have in life. You need to be able to listen. You need to make other people feel important. You need to show gratitude to other people, or you're never going to be liked. And likability is one of the biggest things that you can do as a man when you're starting out, when you really have nothing, because people that like you will give you opportunities. They'll give you more. They'll want to associate with you. People that are not likable, get away from me. I do not want you anywhere near me. And people not give you the time of the day just because you're not likable. So you have to be a bit humble. You don't know everything. And the reason, remember that the world is your mirror. Because if you hate everyone, it's because you hate yourself. It's really that simple. If you hate everyone, it's because you hate yourself. You hate what's going on inside. That is it's going to reflect on how the people in your proximity, in your environment, how they treat you. Okay? And if you have no love to give, then people will not give you love. If you have no gratitude, people will not be grateful to you. If you have no joy, no internal joy, and this strength, and all your strength is based on what you can buy and your looks and how your hair is, then you're just hollow. You're empty. And it's not going to work out for you. All right? Keep it hot, Thumos, guys. Let's have a blessed week, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.